I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going. Take it away, Josh.
We're gonna go viral this time.
All right.
Big surprise. I know. I know. Hey, Banks, do you juggle?
You're talking about circus, clown, juggling, that kind of juggling, or are you talking about some other kind of juggling? Any kind of juggling, right?
Sure. Well,
Sure.
let's start with circus clown kind of
All right.
juggling. Balls,
Yes,
bean bags.
yes. I learned when I was 12. My soon-to-be brother-in-law at the time taught me, and I do know how to juggle.
Awesome. As do I. And I'm curious. Like, do you still practice? Do you still do it?
I do. Yeah. In my profession, I do it whenever I want to, and then I have five lacrosse balls, and I try to juggle them once a day.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's the craziest thing you ever juggled? Just curious. Now that you got me going.
Back in the 90s, a lot of people wanted to juggle chainsaws, and I was in that group of wanting to juggle chainsaws. I think I have a scar right here where one nicked me,
Yeah.
and they were running, but they weren't running.
But they didn't have the chain on them, I assume.
No, they had the chain on them. They did not have the chain running. It wasn't like
Oh, okay.
it was
All right.
like that. Yeah, I ruined a lot of Church Street stations bricks on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
And breaking.
No, I'm just so fascinated with juggling and what it can teach us. That's all. That's why I ask. I'm not very good at juggling, but I've learned a little bit.
So I mean, what do you mean? What it can teach us? Is it you look at it as meditation or what?
Well, I guess partly as meditation, but also just what's required to juggle: hand-eye coordination, timing, seeing the bigger picture. Like you can't look at one ball, right? You have to kind of zone out and use your peripheral and just kind of see the whole picture.
Um, I, you know what? I started when I was 12, and I really don't think about it that much. It's a feeling. Once I get going, it's like, can I breathe? I gotta breathe, while I'm doing it. I gave up juggling for about 10 years, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go back to it. I found the five balls. They're right over there, actually. And I was like, I'm gonna put these out so I can see them every day. And I try to juggle them every day. I don't juggle them every day. So seeing the big picture. So I guess so. I've tried to close my eyes and juggle. I've tried that, and that's very difficult.
That is very difficult. I haven't been able to do that yet. You know what's the coolest thing when it comes to juggling three balls, which is where most people start?
Mhm.
It actually, as you do it, right, just the normal juggling, it creates an infinity sign. If you look at the trajectory of the balls.
Well, that is called a cascade. That the cascade is a you're crossing. It's a crossing pattern. And then there's
And you can go over.
a circle.
Circle. Yeah.
Something.
But think about all these natural elements. The circle, one of
Mhm.
the most universal elements, the infinity sign, things like that. There's a lot more to juggling than I think people realize.
Wow. So do you think that when we juggle, do you think that we're in a timeless experience?
I think we're in a heightened state of existence.
Really?
I'm gonna go with that. I think that's what juggling puts us. Because think about it, if you can juggle balls, can you not juggle other things in your life? Can this just like can it go out and can you juggle work and school and this and that and bills and all these other things too?
Okay. We do that. I think. I mean, what I call it multitasking.
Right.
That is juggling. You're juggling, relationships and jobs and work and family and all those
Yes.
things. Okay, so I get that. That's multitasking. Now I'm going to take a different view, and that is, I mean, do we want to do that? Do we want to be so multitask? I mean, I feel that if I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not thinking about anything else. And if I think about something else, all of a sudden I leave you. And I don't want to leave you now. I want to stay right here with you right now. be present. Now, when I'm after this, I have to do some work, and I've got something going here, and then I put it aside. I do something up here. However, when I've got too many things going on at one time, I'm just like very expletive.
Absolutely. But again, just bigger picture, because when you're juggling, that ball that's in your hand is the one that matters. The one that's in the air, right? It's in the air. It's doing what it's going to do. You can't control it. But while that ball's in your hand, that particular one, that's now the most important thing. That's the one you're focused on. So I'm just thinking like bigger picture, because what's the opposite of juggling? Dropping the ball.
Right. Dropping the ball.
Who the hell wants to drop the ball on anything in their life? That's not a good thing in general.
All right, let's explore that. Dropping the ball is
like literally dropping the ball.
yeah. I get it with juggling. I look at dropping the ball as I say something that I'm going to do, and I do not do it, and it's I drop the ball, and my integrity.
It doesn't get done. Correct.
It doesn't. No. I think it's more something else. I think it's more like my integrity diminishes. So, and I think integrity is pretty much in society, in working with others. If I said I was not going to meet you, if I said I'm going to meet you today at 12:08, and I'm not here at 12:08, my integrity diminishes, which means next time you think when I say 12:08 and I'm not there, you're going to think he's probably not going to make it. He doesn't, drop the ball. Hey, I'm going to call you up. I never call you up.
Right.
I drop the ball. Hey, I really like you. I really want to hang out with you, and I never hang out with you. Drop the ball.
Yeah. Now, what I find though is like when I juggle, and I'm not very good at juggling, so put it that way. You're probably far, far better. When I drop one ball, I end up dropping them all. Like it's very rare that I usually like once one goes, then I'm so screwed up that everything else falls apart. And I find that in life too. Sometimes when one ball drops, it actually affects other parts of life, and all the other balls start dropping.
Wow.
And you kind of have to pick up the pieces, right? You got to pick the balls off the damn floor, and you got to get them back into motion. And it takes extra effort, right? I got to bend down. I got to pick stuff up. I got to restart, kind of reset my brain. Do you feel that way?
I don't feel like everything falls apart. I feel like, I think if I drop one ball, that drops. And if it affects my integrity, that is affecting me. And I have to take my integrity everywhere I go. If I say I'm going to do something, or I'm not my word, then, it diminishes who I am. I become less of me. So one ball drops, I will put everything away, put the other balls away, and go, I'm going to take care of this one. Fix it, take care of it. Here we go. Let's go back juggling, or let's go back to doing whatever we're doing. However, it doesn't happen all at once. I mean, I feel it doesn't happen all at once. I guess, it does with you. When one thing falls, they all fall.
It just feels like a cascade. It feels like once I drop one, my intention loses. I lose my attention off the others, and they tend to fall also. The other thing I think people do a lot is they have too many balls.
All right.
Look, you juggle with 5. I juggle with 3. Can you juggle with 30?
Nope. 7 is the most I've ever juggled.
7's the most. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know your limits. You know your limits on physical juggling.
Right. I do. And I don't juggle 7 anymore. I did that back in my 20s.
Okay.
It's only 5 now.
That was back in your younger days.
Now juggling 5, when I do it, it feels good. It's like, I got it. I can still do it. So you think that we're juggling too many balls?
I think people tend to juggle too many balls. Yeah.
Too many balls in the air. Okay. Oh, you're tiptoeing into an area of. I saw City Slickers last night. You ever seen that movie?
Yes. Long time ago, but yes.
The one thing in it, there's the one thing. Once you figure out what the one thing is, everything else is garbage. Find out what that one thing is. And basically, that one thing is the ball. It's one ball. It's like once you get that it's like everything else doesn't matter. So yeah, I mean, we have too many up in the air. We should. I mean, I maybe that's what I mean.
And the art of juggling is, I think, directly applicable to life. Seeing the bigger picture. Not putting too many balls up in the air. When one drops, keep going if you can. If you can't, reset. Grab your balls, go pick the one that dropped up, pick it up and get back to it.
And when you say pick up the ball, you know what I hear you saying? Clean up the mess.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, I told you I was going to be there at 12:08. I wasn't there at 12:08. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I forgive you.
Move
If you want
on.
to send me roses, I'll give you my home address. I accept roses, carnations, petunias, and dandelions.
What about sunflowers? You like sunflowers?
No, they're so big, and then they get messy when they spill their seeds.
They're rich stuff. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd Places going.
Viral, up and away.
There we go.